Hello friends, let's crochet this beautiful and practical basket together. You can use this beautiful box to organize your accessories. Please like the video and subscribe, it will motivate me to produce more videos. I used a size 3 hook for this size of box. To begin, we start with a magic circle and chain 2. We don't count these 2 chains except for counting. So we crochet inside the magic circle 10. Double crochet. When we have knitted 10 double crochets, we pull the yarn through the center of the circle until the loop is completely closed. Now we make a slip stitch into the top chain of the first double crochet. To start the second row, we chain 2. We make 2 double crochets inside the same base we chained on. And we make 2 double crochets inside each base until the end of the work. At the end of the row, we have 20 double crochets. Now we make a slip stitch into the top chain of the first double crochet. To start the third row, we start with 2 chains and we knit 2 double crochets inside the same base. And we knit 2 double crochets inside each base until the end of the row. At the end of the row, we have 40 double crochets. Now we make a slip stitch into the top chain of the first double crochet. The fourth row begins with a chain and inside the same base. We first crochet a half double crochet and inside the next chain we crochet 2 half double crochets. In fact, the pattern until the end of the row is like this: 1 HDC, 2 HDC times 20, and at the end of the row we have 60 half double crochets. At the end of the fourth row, we make a slip stitch, which we do with a needle like in the video for final cleanliness of the knitting. We hide the end of the thread between the weave and cut off the excess. To make the bottom of the box stronger and have good stability, we knit another bottom like this, but we do not cut the thread at the end of the fourth row. At the end of the fourth row from the second circle, we make a slip stitch into the highest chain from the first HDC stitch. We start row 5 with 2 chains. We place the inner part of 2 soles on top of each other and from the circle where the continuation of the yarn is attached. We take only the back loop of the chain, and from the second circle we take the entire chain and knit a double crochet and repeat this until there is 1 chain left to the end of the work. We knit a DC together in the last chain of the previous round. First, we throw the yarn over the hook, and we pull it out of the back of the chain of the first round and through the entire chain of the second round, and we get the yarn. Now we have 3 wrap yarns on the hook, and we pull the yarn out of 2 of them. And we don't pull the yarn out of the last 2 anymore. We throw the yarn over the hook again, and from inside the same back part of the chain from the first circle, and in the second circle we go inside the entire second chain, and we take the yarn and take it out and pull the yarn out from between 2 of them. At this stage we have 3 yarns on the hook, and we pull the yarn out from inside them in a random way. At the end of the 5th row, we knit a slip stitch into the highest chain from the first DC stitch. We start the 6th row with 2 chains, and in the same base where we knit the 2 chains, we knit a double crochet and continue until the end of the row with the pattern inside each chain, 1 double crochet. At the end of the work, we have 60 double crochets. At the end of the 6th row, we knit a slip stitch into the top chain of the first DC stitch. We start the 7th row with 2 chains, and in the same base where we knit the 2 chains, we knit a double crochet, and continue until the end of the row with the pattern inside each chain, 1 double crochet. At the end of the work, we have 60 double crochets. At the end of the 7th row, we knit a slip stitch into the top chain of the first double crochet, but we do this with the help of a needle to make the knitting result cleaner. Then we hide the end of the thread between the stitches. Change the yarn color to green. First, we knit a knot. Then we start knitting from the space between the 2 double crochets with the help of a slip stitch. Note that this time we knit in the space between the bases and we don't do anything with the chains. Now we knit 4 chains, 3 of which are double crochets and 1 of them is a gap. Then we knit another double crochet in the same place. Now we count 3 double crochets and leave a space, and in the space after the third base, we knit 1 double crochet, knit a chain, and again in the same space, knit another double crochet, and repeat the same pattern 18 more times. At the end of the work, we have knitted 20 leaves. For the last row, we make a slip stitch into the third chain that we started the row with. We only knit this slip stitch with a needle like in the video so that the edge of the work is neat. We also hide the end of the thread with a needle in the middle of the weave. To weave the flowers, we use the space between the leaves and start by tying a knot on the hook. Now we enter from the space between the 2 leaves, and with the help of a slip stitch we connect the pink thread to the box. We make 3 chains and we knit 4 double crochets in the same place. We consider the first 3 chains as 1 double crochet in the count, so we knit a total of 5 double crochets. Now, like in the video, we connect the last double crochet from inside the third chain from the beginning. Our flower is formed and we knit 2 chains. To knit the next flower, we knit 5 double crochets inside the space between the 2 petals. And then, like in the video, we connect the last double crochet to the highest chain of the first double crochet. The flower is formed. And then we knit 2 chains and repeat this pattern until the end. In the end, we have 20 flowers. At the end of the row, we use a slip stitch to attach the last flower to the middle of the third chain from the beginning of the first flower. We do this with the help of a needle so that the final result is more orderly. We also hide the excess thread between the stitches. Please like the video to motivate and support me and subscribe to the channel so you will be notified when the next video is uploaded.